Hello and welcome to Namaste from New Delhi. You're watching DD India. I'm Gautam Roy and this is Express News, the show where we get you the day's top 100 developments in less than 30 minutes. Let's get going. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is leaving for a two-day Japan visit tonight. He'll hold key meetings focusing on defense, security, trade and economy. This will be closely followed by a China visit for the SCO summit, which will follow. Prime Minister Modi will hold the 15th India-Japan Annual Summit with his Japanese counterpart Shigeru Ishiba in Tokyo. Preparations have been on to welcome Prime Minister Modi in Japan. On the day of his arrival, the iconic Sky Tree in Tokyo will be lit up in the colours of the Indian flag. In China, the PM will attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization's 25th meeting of Council of Heads of State in Tianjin on the 31st of August. He'll also be there on the 1st of September for other events and bilateral meetings. The PM Dhan Yojana has turned 11 this August. Its achievements are visible nationwide, from the rise in rural account ownership to the surge in digital transactions, signalling a transformed financial landscape. According to official figures, under PMJDY, 561 million beneficiaries have joined the banking ecosystem so far, with about 35 billion USD balance in beneficiary accounts. Meanwhile, there are 13.55 lakh or 1.35 million bank mitras delivering branchless banking services throughout the country. And on this milestone, Prime Minister Modi posted on social media that, and I quote, "When the last mile is financially connected, the entire nation moves forward together. This is exactly what the PM Dhan Yojana achieved. It enhanced dignity and gave people the power to script their own destiny." End quote. Now, as part of 75 years of the National Sample Survey, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation organized Data Users Conference on the Periodic Labour Force Survey in New Delhi on Thursday. Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta, along with Delhi Minister Pankaj Kumar Singh, flagged off buses for college students under the U Special scheme. This initiative allows Delhi University students to travel safely and economically. A new report by Ernst & Young projects that by 2038, using average growth rates for 2028 to 2030 as projected by the IMF, India may become the world's second largest economy in PPP terms by 2038, with a projected GDP of 34.2 trillion US dollars. The Indian government has waived import duty on cotton till the 30th of September this year to boost supply for the textile sector and further extend the exemption on HS 5201 variant of cotton to the 31st of December this year to support exporters. In a severe blow to the criminal networks operating in the border regions of Manipur, Assam, Rifles, along with the police and paramilitary forces, have apprehended a suspected individual involved in extortion and illegal arms trafficking linked to Village Volunteers Eastern Zone. The Press Information Bureau has debunked a viral fake video that was being circulated by pro-Pakistani accounts with the doctored footage of India's CDS, General Anil Chauhan, falsely claiming he praised Pakistan's army as superior. The fact check confirmed that no such statement was ever made. To accelerate the bilateral economic cooperation for shared prosperity, PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, in association with the Consulate General of India, Birganj, Nepal, and other bodies, organized India-Nepal Economic Partnership Summit 2025. Chief guest and keynote speaker at the summit, Devi Sahai Meena, Consul General of India, Nepal, said that both the countries have an open border which strengthens the business and economic relationship. Border Guarding Forces of India and Bangladesh held a Directors General level coordination conference from the 25th to the 28th of this month, where India's BSF raised concerns over attacks on personnel, trans-border crimes and IIGs in Bangladesh. Death toll of Maharashtra's Palghar building collapse incident has risen to 15 and 9 people have also been injured. 2 residents are still missing and rescue operations are on to locate them. President Draupadi Murmu has expressed grief over the Palghar building collapse, terming it as extremely tragic. The Katra Hotel Association in Jammu and Kashmir has announced that they will provide free accommodation to pilgrims and needy persons who are stranded following a devastating landslide on the route of the Vaishno Devi Yatra. Indian equity indices ended on a weak note on this particular day. At close, the Sensex was down 705.97 points or 0.87% at 80,080.57. And the broader Nifty was also down 211.15 points or 0.85% at 24,500.90. But extending a rising streak, gold October futures prices at MCX rose by 33 Indian rupees or 0.03% to trade at 101,575 per 10 grams. Silver September contracts were also resilient, surging by 753 INR or 0.65% to a new all-time high of 116,850 INR per kilogram on Thursday. The Indian rupee, although ended 10 paise lower at 87.63 per USD on Tuesday. And Brent crude eased 41 cents or 0.6% to $67.64 US. Asian stock markets exhibited a mixed performance on Thursday, influenced by factors such as technology sector fluctuations, US economic data, and specific regional developments. Shanghai's benchmark index slipped from a fresh decade-high close as investors rotated into undervalued sectors following an extended rally. European stock markets opened higher on Thursday as investors assessed an above-consensus quarterly earnings report from tech giant Nvidia. The Swiss economy will likely grow more slowly than previously expected next year due to the massive import tariffs imposed by US President Donald Trump, according to the ministry on Thursday. Trump has held a Gaza policy meeting at the White House. He is predicting a conclusive ending of the conflict by the end of the year as Israel faces mounting pressure over its strikes. Trump presided over a policy meeting on Israel's conflict in Gaza and posed plans for the Palestinian territory with inputs from former British Prime Minister Tony Blair and former Trump Middle East envoy Jared Kushner. Separately, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar at the State Department on Wednesday to discuss key issues in Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, as well as Iran. All United Nations Security Council members except the United States have said the famine in Gaza was a man-made crisis and warned that the use of starvation as a weapon is banned under international humanitarian law. Israel has said it is preparing to launch a new offensive in Gaza City, which it describes as Hamas's last bastion. Around half of the enclave's 2 million people are currently living there, and Israel has said they will be told to evacuate. And smoke rose over Gaza City on Thursday following the latest Israeli airstrikes in the area as well. A candlelight vigil was held in Lyndhurst Park in Minneapolis, Minnesota on Wednesday after an assailant armed with 3 guns fired through stained glass windows into a Catholic church where parish school students were attending Mass, killing 2 children and wounding 17 other people earlier that day. Mexico's Senate erupted into violence on Wednesday. The fight broke out after a difficult debate about the presence of armed forces from other countries in Mexico. Japan's top trade negotiator cancelled a visit to the United States at the last minute on Thursday, further delaying talks designed to finalize a $550 billion investment package offered by Tokyo for, getting lower than punishing tariffs. China on Thursday voiced its opposition to the Trump administration's plan to tighten the duration of visas for students, cultural exchange visitors, and members of the media. Denmark, under its EU presidency, is organizing an informal meeting of foreign affairs ministers on Thursday and Friday. The meeting in Denmark aims to provide an opportunity for a strategic discussion of the EU's security and defense cooperation, particularly with regard to the EU's military support to Ukraine and defense readiness. German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius said that a new Rheinmetall factory would shore up weapons supplies for Ukraine as well as for Germany and its NATO partners. Russian oil supplies through the Druzhba pipeline to Hungary and Slovakia have resumed after an outage caused last week by a Ukrainian attack in Russia, Slovak Economy Minister Denisa Sakova said in a Facebook post on Thursday. Slovakia and Hungary will continue to cover the majority of their oil needs from Russia and are keen to keep those supplies coming despite European Union efforts to diversify from Russian commodities. Ukraine's Air Force has said that Russia launched 598 drones, 31 missiles in an overnight attack. It also said that it downed 563 of the 598 drones and 26 of the 31 missiles launched by Russia in its overnight attack. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that deadly attack on Kyiv shows Russian answer to diplomacy. While Russia on Thursday said it had targeted military sites in overnight strikes on Ukraine using hypersonic missiles in an attack which Kyiv said hit apartment blocks and killed at least 14 people. Also in the latest, the EU has summoned Russian envoy after Kyiv strike has damaged delegation offices. And amidst the fresh strikes, Russia has said that it is still interested in peace. However, it will continue its strikes on Ukraine. We're taking a quick break at this point. We'll be back with more news on Express News in just a bit. Stay with us.
Enough food is produced to feed everyone on the planet. Hunger should be the thing of the past. How did we get here and what can be done about it?
India is a very important country for us, a very important partner. We also hope to be tapping into India's growing influence in the world. So we have signed a letter of intent to establish a partnership where India will make available in a predictable way affordable and high quality rice for our operations.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. I'm Gautam Roy and let's resume. Now let's talk about the vagaries of nature. After 3 consecutive days of heavy rainfall, the weather in India's Jammu has started to improve. Thousands of people have been safely evacuated. Schools, colleges and universities will remain closed till on Thursday. Amid the current flood-like conditions in northern state of Punjab, several villages across more than 10 districts are affected due to heavy discharge of water from the Bhakra, Pong and Ranjit Sagar dams. Heavy rainfall in the hills and the catchment areas of rivers Satluj, Ravi and Beas flowing through Punjab have caused flooding. Schools across the state will remain closed till Saturday. Meanwhile, in response to the massive floods in parts of Punjab, the Indian Army has deployed Army aviation helicopters for flood relief and rescue operations as part of its HADR efforts. The Army aviation units are tirelessly working round the clock in inclement weather to save lives. And the rainfall in the northern state of Himachal Pradesh has now slowed down over the past 2 days, though in Kangra district, the water level in the Pong Dam on the Beas River has risen above the danger mark, prompting evacuation in 80 villages. Meanwhile, most parts of Himachal's Kullu, Manali and Chamba districts are witnessing the wrath of nature. Rocks have broken off and fallen onto roads, and the Beas River has engulfed settlements, disrupting power and water supply. The Indian Meteorological Department has said above normal rainfall is expected in many parts of north, west and central India at least till the 4th of September, with generally wet weather likely to last until the 18th of next month. The Met Department issued a red alert for extremely heavy rainfall over the southern state of Karnataka and Telangana's coastal regions, adding that the heavy showers will likely continue till the 2nd of September. The weather outlook for the coming days shows continued rain in India's western city of Mumbai, with rainfall amounts slightly exceeding typical levels for this time of the year. The Yamuna River has once again crossed the danger mark, sparking concerns of possible flooding in India's capital, New Delhi. Flood relief camps have been set up in low-lying areas. Pakistan's Islamabad received a warning and subsequently issued an alert for flooding in 3 rivers. The death toll from flooding in Pakistan since the start of the monsoon season in late June now stands at 802. A landslide triggered by Typhoon Kajiki has killed at least 2 people and left 5 missing in a Thai village. Heavy rains have caused floods and landslides affecting more than 180 households. Typhoon Kajiki has also led to death of 7 people in Vietnam, where flooding has damaged and inundated more than 10,000 homes and offices, as well as more than 86 hectares of rice and cash crops. Residents were evacuated from their homes in Algeria's Kria mountains as wildfires spread, but by Wednesday the firefighters had put out the blazes. Thick plumes of wildfire smoke were also seen rising from the mountains in northwestern Spain. The fires have claimed 4 lives there and forced the evacuation of thousands of residents. A Viking longboat replica sailed under London's Tower Bridge on Wednesday, marking a final leg of a European voyage retracing ancient trade routes. The ship, Saga Farman, is a full-size archaeological reconstruction of a 10th century Viking cargo vessel. British record listing platform Guinness World Records marked its 70th anniversary on Wednesday. Queen Elizabeth's 2006 Range Rover was sold at an auction on Wednesday for $235,000 at the Silverstone Festival in England. Argentine researchers unveiled a new species of carnivorous crocodile from southern Patagonia, a robust, mostly terrestrial predator that lived about 70 million years ago. Named Costinsuchus atrox, the animal was discovered in Santa Cruz, Argentina. Aruka Studio, a 2D animation studio based in West African nation Togo, is making waves with its unique African tales brought to life on screen, providing platform for African stories to be told and shared globally. Rainy Fonabio, a Nigerian entrepreneur and founder of Alara, is on a mission to showcase African creativity globally. Through her philosophy of Afro-Lux, she aims to highlight the beauty and uniqueness of African culture. Members of the Mexican Clown Club took part in the 25th annual pilgrimage to the Basilica of Guadalupe in Mexico City, expressing gratitude for past favors and seeking new blessings. The annual Yoshida Fire Festival was held in Fuji Yoshida City, Japan, to bid farewell to Mount Fuji's summer climbing season. The event, which dates back over 400 years, featured burning torches that lit up the evening sky. A cultural exhibition showcasing the rich heritage of Shanghai Cooperation Organization member states has been kicked off in Beijing. The exhibition, hosted by China, features 220 precious cultural relics from 10 museums in SCO countries. At Champagne Problems, a Taylor Swift-themed bar in Manhattan, fans celebrated news of the singer's engagement. The space, decorated with murals, pins and friendship bracelets, served drinks to Swift fans with Swift's music videos playing on screens. Now news from the entertainment world. Rapper Drake's world premiere of Degrassi, Whatever It Takes, is set to premiere at Toronto International Film Festival on the 13th of September. First look of Netflix American biographical crime drama Monster, The Ed Gein Story Season 3 is out. The series will hit the OTT platform on the 3rd of October this year. Korean action film Mantis has unveiled its teaser. The film is set to premiere on Netflix next month. South Korea's biggest cinema event, Busan International Film Festival, will celebrate its 30th edition on the 17th of September with a record 328 films. German filmmaker Werner Herzog has been honored with the Golden Lion for Lifetime Achievement at the 82nd Venice Film Festival. Twilight series fans will soon be able to relive the epic love triangle between Bella, Edward and Jacob as Twilight Saga returns to theatres in October this year. India's Goa will start a single-window online system for film shooting permissions starting the 1st of September. Bollywood actors Siddharth Malhotra and Janhvi Kapoor's Param Sundari releases this weekend. More than 12,000 tickets have already been sold in advanced bookings. Supernatural psychological horror sequel Vash Level 2 released on Wednesday, hitting the box office with a collection of 1.5 to 1.75 crore INR on its opening day. Mahakumbh social media viral girl Mona Lisa Bhosle will be starring in an upcoming Malayalam film titled Nagamma, which will feature her opposite Neelatamara actor Kailash. Sports star Novak Djokovic overcame an early scare to reach the third round, while Casper Ruud has been knocked out of the US Open in New York. Norwegian 12th seed and the 2022 US Open finalist Casper Ruud fell to Belgium's Rafael Collingen. Britain's Jack Draper withdrew due to injury, giving his second-round opponent Zizou Bergs a walkover into the third round. In the women's draw, Britain's Emma Raducanu continued her solid start to the tournament after dispatching Indonesian qualifier Janice Tien. Fourth seed Jessica Pegula is also into the third round after beating Russian Anna Blinkova. Carlos Alcaraz also powered into the third round of the US Open with a dominant win over Italy's Matteo Bellucci. Former champ Daniil Medvedev was fined $42,500 by the US Open authorities for his meltdown during a loss to Benjamin Bonzi. Indian star javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra will be in action at the Diamond League final title in Zurich, Switzerland on Thursday. In men's doubles badminton, India's Satvik Sairaj Reddy and Chirag Shetty showcased their trademark attacking style against Chinese Taipei's Lui Kuang and Heng and Yang Po Han. In mixed doubles, Dhruv Kapila and Tanisha Crasto advanced comfortably, defeating Ireland's Joshua McGee and Moya Ryan. Manchester United plumbed to new depths as fourth-tier Grimsby Town knocked them out of the League Cup on a tumultuous night at Blundell Park. Lionel Messi's Inter Miami defeated 10-man Orlando City 3-1 in the League's Cup semi-final in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. American Grandmaster Wesley So clinched the 2025 Singfield Cup after a dramatic final round and a three-way playoff in St. Louis on Thursday. India's R. Pragnananda finished runners-up after falling short in the playoff, while the USA's Fabiano Caruana took third place. And world champion D. Gukesh finished 8th in the Singfield Cup standings with just 3 points. And that's all we have for the moment in Express News, but all the latest continues right here on DD India. Stay with us.